Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Coatings Coffee Shop Soundstage. We are live at the Spray Foam Show 2026 in Las Vegas, and I am here with Mark from Enverge.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, wow, this is day two. I'd say it's been a great show so far, but we're going to talk about that. Before we dive in, let's introduce yourself to the folks out there, who you are, what you do.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Mark Hearn with Enverge Spray Foam. I'm the Mid-Atlantic Area Sales Manager, and it's my job to promote energy efficiency with spray foam, building performance, and then help our contractors work with their builders, architects, even homeowners to try to create a very high efficient performance house
Yes.
and building.
Yes, and this show has really. This is my third one coming to the show, but I've
Very good.
sat in on a few sessions and listened to the conversations we're having at the show. And spray foam's really on the rise, should we say?
Yes, it is. Absolutely. That's a good one. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, spray foam's a great product, right? I mean, at the end of the day, our buildings, our houses, when you really look at them, it's really a system, and that's really what we're in. We're not necessarily in the insulation business or the spray foam business. We're really in the building performance business.
I
So we're
like that.
we're all about promoting and getting everybody to understand that energy efficiency is important, but so is indoor air quality and comfort. And at the end of the day, that's what people really want and need, and that's what we're here. That's really what this show's all about.
Yeah, so you guys have a nice presence right in the
We do.
front.
We're right up front.
So you're talking to a lot of
We're
contractors.
talking to a lot of contractors, and those contractors who have different needs then allows us to meet with their architects that they're working with, their building code officials that they're working with, even some of the homeowners, if you will, and general contractors that are looking to take their buildings to the next level.
So it's probably a lot about education,
It
right?
is a lot of education,
Yeah,
right?
for the contractors,
Yes,
even to be able to educate those groups that you just mentioned.
right. Spray foam is not just an insulation component. Spray foam is really, like I talked about earlier, really part of a system. So that's the piece that has to change. Is everybody's looking at spray foam as a system for the house, not just an insulation component.
So let's talk about the differences between new builds. Are you seeing
Right,
retrofits? Are people kind of taking like looking? I was talking to someone yesterday, and they're like, "My house was built in the '50s, and
right,
now I need to make it,
right.
more energy efficient and
Yes, yes.
perform better." Um, uh, where do you see more of the opportunity?
So new construction is pretty easy to be able to go in and from start to finish achieve a high performance house. But existing houses, they have issues, and a lot of times they have comfort issues and energy efficiency issues. And you can go into an existing house and do retrofits, primarily in the attic space and then in the crawl space, and have a huge impact on the overall performance of the house.
Yeah.
Spray foam is typically installed to the underside of the roof deck, creating an unvented attic, right? So a lot of times when you go into your normal attic, you're looking down at fluffy stuff on your ceiling.
Right.
Well, now that fluffy stuff is not there. You're looking up and you're seeing spray foam on the underside of your roof deck. And now you're bringing that HVAC equipment inside conditioned space. And that has a huge impact on the overall efficiency of the home and the comfort level.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you ventilate that? Because we talk about, oh, homes and buildings have to breathe.
That's right. So, right, your granddad said a house needs to breathe. Well, we
Yeah.
breathe using the mechanical system. So, the HVAC system in that house is like the lungs we have, and it brings in fresh air and exhausts stale air with special whole house ventilation devices like an ERV, for example.
Okay.
Right?
What is an ERV for
Energy,
those who don't know?
energy recovery ventilator.
I didn't know that.
And a lot of states and a lot of above code programs have a fresh air requirement. And so we use devices, either balance, supply, or exhaust systems to bring in fresh air.
Okay. So do you work with contractors on maybe or an architect or whoever, and they've got a project that is going to be a retrofit and they need some help in figuring out
Yes,
how much do I put in? Where do I put
yes,
it? What kind of ERV do I need to be
exactly.
using? Because that's a lot of
There's a lot that goes into that. Plus, we also want to make sure whatever we're doing is now safe because we might have some combustion appliances in the house, and we don't want to bring non-sealed combustion appliances inside conditioned space. So there's a lot that goes into it. So we absolutely work with our contractors, the builders, the homeowners to make sure that everything's done and done correctly.
Yeah, yeah. Like you have to educate, you have to help the contractors learn about that,
That's
and so
right.
then they can educate their homeowners and educate their architects.
That's right.
So
And if they do that, they'll be successful, and they can be successful in that market segment. Do a really good job.
yeah. So what are contractors looking for here at the show? What kind of conversations are you having with
Right.
them?
They're looking for what type of products we have, and they're looking as to what kind of programs do we have training, but both installer, sprayer, applicator training, as well as sales and building performance training, right? And then what kind of resources do you have to come and help them with code officials and architects, right? And that's where I think we at Enverge really have a standout presence. So we've got people like myself and others that really have a depth and breadth where we can go and do all of that, right? So, yep.
Yeah, 'cause I think that, as I sit here and say, "Oh, the house needs to breathe," or "The building needs to breathe," there is a lot of education that needs to happen to say, times have changed,
Yes.
technology has changed,
Yes.
and we don't always have to do it the way we did 40, 50 years ago.
That's right. We want the house to be tight, and then we want to ventilate right, and control that fresh air. And energy costs are only going to go up; they're not going to go down.
Right.
So if we can do that, then we'll have a very efficient home, energy efficient home, and have really good indoor air quality.
So, question for you, just as someone fairly new to the industry, what kind of impact does geography play? Like, we've got areas of like we're in Las Vegas, it's really hot right
Yes,
now,
yes.
right? How does spray foam work and perform in a really hot environment versus the Northeast, where they have a lot of cold?
That's right. So it works the same. At the end of the day, we're trying to still out all the cold air, hot air, and the moisture, and just make that space that much more efficient. So, where the house is located in North America may determine which product you're using, because we
Okay.
have an open cell product that's an air barrier, and we have a closed cell product that's also an air barrier. But the closed cell actually acts as a vapor barrier as well. So depending on where that house is located, we might need that extra vapor barrier, class 2 vapor retarder per the building code. So
Okay.
it the spray foam does a great job regardless of the climate.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's good. So no matter where you
No
are,
matter where you
it's
are,
going to work for you.
spray foam's going to help you out and do
All
a
right.
good job.
If a contractor is listening to this and saying, you know what, I want to get more involved, I want to start offering this as part of my services,
Yeah.
what does that process look like?
Go to our website, invertsprayfoam.com, reach out to us, and we'll get a link and an email, and we'll be in contact with you and help you out any way we can.
Awesome. Thank you for being here
Thank
and
you.
for
Thanks for
sharing,
inviting me.
yeah, all this wonderful information. And if you didn't catch that website, you can also find Enverge on Coatings Coffee Shop. They have a full directory with information and links how to get in touch with them. And thanks for again being here. It was
Thank you
great to
so
talk
much.
with you.
Really enjoyed it.
Don't go anywhere because we're going to be coming to you throughout the rest of the show with more videos. So be sure to subscribe, ring that bell, and get notified. And we want to see you on the next one.